Alrighty, what's up? Um, I'm doing a JQ tier list thing. So basically, what I'm gonna do is it's not really about if I think any of them are right or accurate or whatever. It's more like I am gonna kind of like rank their arguments. I mean, because I think some of them make better arguments than others, and it's also just gonna be based if I like personally think they're like funny or if like they actually have some okay points or they're not totally schizo, which most of them are. So it's going to be difficult to really rank them because honestly, I should probably have like less tiers, but whatever. I'll just try my best. And I kind of just like took a smattering of people. I'm sure I could like think of others if I really took the time, but I mean, I had to think about people I've like replied to, people I've like just see on the internet. I've definitely like blocked people and like stopped paying attention to certain people. Some of these people, like I don't even know how relevant they are anymore, or if they even talk about Jews that much anymore. Like I just have seen them in the past talk about them. Um, Yeah, so like obviously like in the comments or whatever, like leave like what you guys think. If you guys think I'm missing anyone like important, I really can't think of anyone. I even chat GBT to like more like JQ people. And there's this like I don't know, I just like tried looking around to like see if I remember people because I don't know, I kind of like log in and out and some of these people like fade out of my memory. But okay, so obviously we're gonna do Fuentes first. I think recently he's been like more like less retarded. I don't know how to describe it, but like I think he's just like I mean he's always kind of flip flopping, and I think back in the day he used to be like more of like a normal person, but I mean I think he does realize that like a lot of the JQ stuff is like really low IQ. But he's still kind of like annoying, and I think he's like just I don't know he's like on and off for me. He sometimes makes me laugh, so I'll give him a B. Um, but I still like something about him. Like I would give him an A, but something about him like I just don't really vibe with. But I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal. None of this matters. We got Adam Green, the No More News dude. I couldn't find like a better photo of him or whatever. He has me blocked on Twitter, but I kind of like the guy just because he like makes the obvious point that like Christianity is Jewish, which isn't an argument, and it's not saying it's like bad or anything. I mean, he thinks it's like a bad thing to say, but it's just like the obvious point. So I give him like props for like the basic argument that like what he's saying is accurate, that like Christianity is obviously Jewish. Um, I don't think that like means anything, but whatever. I mean, he also does seem to be like a bit less like I don't even think he would like call himself like a Nazi or anything. I think he's like he recently had like a conversation with like Rabbi Mizrahi, and like I don't know, he was pretty respectful. So I'm gonna put him in the A tier just because I don't think he's like overall a bad guy, and I don't really have anything against like being against religion per se. I think that's fine. It's just weird when they take like these kind of like new atheist arguments, even though they like diss on the old new atheists. I don't know, whatever. I can get into that later, but this is Pete Quinones. I'm just gonna put him in C. I think he's really like I don't know. I just like some of these people I like hardly even know, but like I've just seen enough of his stuff where it's just there's not much to say. He's just kind of like him and like Aaron McIntyre. I didn't put him up here, but I don't know. Something about them. Maybe it's just because they're ugly, but they should just like. He thinks he's like smarter than they think they're smarter than they really are, and like all he does is whenever I hear him talk about Jews, it's just like very like basic bitch, like low tier stuff. But he like puts this veneer of like um I don't know scholarship or whatever, but I don't know. I can't really like whatever. This is gonna take way too long if I like overthink it like this, but I've definitely heard him like make like he's just like one of those guys who thinks it's really funny, like saying like really like dumb like low tier Jew jokes. Like he's just one of those guys. He's just not funny, and he's fat and ugly, and he's Mexican. So Mark Collett, I'm also gonna put him in C tier because he has a fat ass nose and he looks kind of Jewish, but he's like anti-Jewish, so it's weird. But also, I know recently he got into like controversy. It's kind of like dumb that I know all this stuff, but like he basically people are like shitting on him. Um, I think it was like the striker, the TRS guys were shitting on him because he like is a fan of that one like shitty anti-immigrant movie that just came out, and he was saying, "Oh, it's a good movie because it's about like killing, uh, like pedos and like rapists, like immigrants." And like they were saying, oh, it's like Jewish and Zionist if you like go against that. Like it's Jewish and Zionist if you like are anti-Muslim now or whatever. So I still think he like is like Jew obsessed though. So that's like why I don't like him. Like he like to an irrational degree. So I'll put him in the C. David Duke, I'll put him with Collette. I think they still like do stuff together. I'm not really sure. I've replied to or I've like done reviews of some of David Duke's stuff. He's pretty schizo, but I don't know. He's like an old timer, so like I'll just give it to him. He's probably gonna like die soon enough. Owens is straight like schizo tier. I would put S for schizo, but I mean I don't like her at all. I think she sucks and like she's just so dumb. So I'm gonna put her in D. Like last year, like she's super schizo. D tier is gonna be like schizo, just like I don't really respect you. Like you're like way off the, like you're just out there. I mean, her conspiracies are just so brain dead. I don't know. I just like don't really vibe with them, obviously. But like I don't know. She's being like taken to task too with all the Tyler Robinson shit. Like she's just so dumb, and I don't know. I really hate Kundis. Bilzerian. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in D, and I don't like the whole Armenian vibe of like, I'm an Armenian, I went through some shit, so now I'm gonna like shit on Jews, like, or like we Armenians, like we went through some shit, but we're gonna like call out the Jews and like be hella anti-Jewish. I mean, I don't really like, I don't know how to like, this is like a weird video, but I mean, I just think he's dumb. He's like a hedonistic guy who like, I thought the whole point of like the JQ was like, oh, the Jews push hedonism, but then he pushes. I just don't like the hypocrisy. Like he was like this big hedonistic dude, but then he like, I don't know, he's just like this man child weirdo and whatever. Like you guys are right now. Milo, he only became like anti-Jew. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He only became anti-Jew like after he like tried to stop being gay or whatever. I don't know. He like definitely changed. He used to be like kind of like a basic bitch conservative. And he was like really unfunny then. Like I really didn't like him even back then when he was like doing stuff with like Steven Crowder. I thought he was like really cringe. But like I just think his arguments are really bad. And he like faked being Jewish. Like he said his mom was Jewish, but I guess she wasn't. And it just became like really annoying to have to like deal with this like gay Jew who's not really Jewish. And his arguments were really bad. And he's like LARPs is a Catholic, but he obviously just like has issues. Anna Kasparian, yeah, same with D, because I just don't like the Armenian vibe. Like, it's annoying. I don't know. And she's really bitchy and rude. Like, that's why she gets along with people like Candace, because they're just like bitches. They're cunts. So yeah, enough said about that. Oh yeah, obviously, the goy goat, Lucas Gage. Like, I do have love for the guy. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like nice to see a dude like kind of like take a like 100% like not just like, oh, it's kind of dumb, like he's admitted it's fucking retarded. He went on some Jew podcast. I'm not saying he like doesn't believe in any Jew JQ stuff anymore, but I really admire that. And I mean, whatever. I got love for the guy. I don't know. I know that sounds kind of like cheesy and like lame, but whatever. Like I think it's nice that we have like one dude at least like pulls back and say, okay, this is retarded. Like Mike Enoch, I know he married a half Jewish bitch, so I'll put him in C. I'm gonna put a lot of people in C probably. And this is kind of like a stand-in for all the TRS dudes, or like all those people, like Anglin, I guess too, and Stryker. I don't fucking know these people, but like, I'm just gonna whatever. He can like be the placeholder for all of those guys. I mean, I think they're not like they're not like super stupid. I mean, they make points, but they're just so I just it's like weird horseshoe theory, like however you want to describe it, of just like they're so anti-Jewish that they end up becoming like, I mean, I can't even fucking talk right now, but like I remember they used to call themselves like racist liberals, and basically now they're just kind of like anti-Semitic liberals, I guess. Like they like basically support like DSA type shit as long as it's like anti-Israel. And I thought the whole point of being like anti-Jewish was being like anti-immigration, anti like Islam, and Islam is like bad because the Jews bring it in and it's bad, right? But like, oh no, if you say it's bad now, you're Jewish and Zionist. And they're also pro-Russia, which I think is weird because it's like, I mean, not weird for them, but I mean, I thought the whole point of like being pro-white was being pro-white and like not like I don't know. Anyway, this is harder than it looks. Props to people who do tier lists. But yeah, I'll just put him in C. I won't put him in D because he's not like total schizo, but I think he's pretty bad. Leather Apron Club. I've responded to him before. I'm just gonna put him along with Fuentes. I don't like hate the dude, but I think his videos are kind of like on the Jews at least are just kind of like. I mean, it's the same thing over and over again, and he like doesn't get like basic stuff right. Like he keeps making the same mistakes over like Jewish population size and like just basic things that like someone who like glances at an Nathan Coffinus essay would be able to understand. I mean that being said, and he also has this like really like gay like shitty smirk, and I don't know, kind of like dislike this dude. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in C tier because he's just like not funny. At least Fuentes is like kind of funny. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Leonard Apron's kind of like a fag. Stu Peters, I'm just gonna say schizo. I don't know much about him. I know Gage got mad at him for like some weird like Bitcoin thing or whatever shitcoin. So I think he's like a total wigger. Brother Nathaniel, obvious schizo. Yeah, no, nothing more needs to be said about that. E. Michael Jones. I don't like the guy. I think he's like really. He even pisses off other people in this space. Like no one really likes him. He's kind of a dick. But I at least his book was like I could read his book and I actually enjoyed like the history of it. Jewish Revolutionary Spirit. So I'll put him C tier. But I just don't like his vibe. I think he's just like a grumpy old man vibe. And I do appreciate that he's kind of like some views he takes is like he's super he doesn't even like believe in race. He takes the same view of race as like Noel Ignatieff and stuff. So it's kind of an interesting. He's like an interesting person to throw in the mix. And obviously there's the whole like religion versus race aspect. So yeah, this dude. I mean, some of these people shouldn't even be on here because they're like so like such nobodies. I mean, all of them are freaks, but the Arthur whatever Lee guy. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him D tier because I don't like when honestly, I just don't like minorities like try to like front about the Jews. Like, dude, you're a minority. Like, stop being a fucking like stop trying to like just get attention away from yourself and like pivot to the Jews. It's like really annoying. I just like really dislike him because he's a Korean guy, but then he'll like kvetch about like Israel and APAC. Like, dude, we fought a fucking war in Korea for your bitch ass. And he's gonna and like he also says dumb shit like, oh, the Korean War is actually because of Jews and like North and South would be united. Like I don't know, I don't even pay attention to this guy, but it pisses me off. We got Ron Oons. I'll put him in C tier. I also think he's like he just thinks because he has like a calm demeanor that and he can just like because he's like calm and like seems to be rational that he can like just talk about any conspiracy and then like make sense and like, oh, like I'm Ron Owens and I'm very rational and like okay, like it doesn't mean you're right. I responded to his like Harvard video about like Jews in Harvard and stuff. He was pretty hypocritical in the sense that he basically said like Jews should have been overrepresented in Harvard when he was a Harvard student, but like after his generation it no longer applied. Like that's the cutoff. So I think he's kind of self-serving and he's just kind of annoys me, but he's not like terrible. Gilad, Otzman. Again, I don't really know much about the dude, but like him and like these other Israelis, I'm just gonna put him C tier. Like these other Israelis who their whole identity is like being anti-Israel, anti-Jewish. Gilad is like very like full of himself. Like you can tell like all his photos when I was like looking up photos for Google for like doing this. Like it was all with his saxophone. Like people only go to fucking see this guy play saxophone because he's anti-Israel. And, like he has like oh like very controversial takes on the Jews. And it's like okay, dude, like this is just a shtick for you. Jake Shields is a retard. Daniel Hikikachu. Okay, I would have put him at B or even A long time ago because he actually debated Mark Collett like on the Jews and feminism and like other stuff. And like he was very sensible in that. But then ever since like Israel Palestine started popping off, he's been like really like low tier, low IQ, like JQ spurging. I don't I don't know if I should put him on D or C. Um, Damn, I'll put him on C just because in the past he was like more sane. But I mean, he even defended like, and this is not for the JQ stuff, but he even defended like pedophilia, like against Michael Jones when he debated inspiring philosophy. Oh man, honestly, for that, I'm gonna put him on D tier because that is pretty schizo. Like, I get like your prophet did that, but like, damn. PaxTube, he is also like, I'm gonna put him as a stand-in for all like the Roman statue PFP people. There was this guy I used to respond to on Twitter who I don't know if it was this guy or some other guy who had a Roman statue, but profile pic. But he would like some of these people how they talk. I don't think it was PaxTube. It was some other guy who was so fucking pretentious and like every tweet of his was like some. It was like an essay, and he like used such like highfalutin language all the time. And he's like, I suggest that the I was like just reading it. I only could read it in like a very like fancy schmancy voice because it was just very like prim and proper. It was like the weirdest shit, and all it was talking about was like how Jews are bad and Hitler was great. And it's just like, dude, like stop being so like self like serious or whatever. I'm gonna put him C tier. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Kevin. Okay, despite the fact that he told me to fuck off or fuck you, like I don't know, this is like old JQ Lucian Wolf lore, but he told me to like fuck off or fuck you like when I wasn't even talking to him on Twitter like a couple years back. I don't know, this is like getting really gay, but like who even cares about that? But I'll put him B tier because at least he has like legible, like I don't know, legible books or whatever. Yeah, and like whatever I think he's like overhyped, but it's fine. Speaking of Kevin McDonald, Doomernet, who is like his top goalie, I guess. Honestly, fuck Doomernet. He's really anti-American. I think that's kind of fucked up. I just don't like the whole vibe of like being like wishing American soldiers should die and shit. Like fuck you. I don't know. Martinez perspective. Oh, and also Doomernet. I will say, like he's kind of like the TRS dudes. I could probably put Mike Enoch in this tier too, because like he does the whole like, oh, I'm gonna like talk with communists and we're gonna get along with communists because all we really care about is the Jews and like America actually sucks, and like he also puts like a Catholicism spin on it, which is like annoying too. Whatever. But okay, so Martinez perspective, I'm gonna put him in A tier. He's still, I would honestly put him in S tier because I actually really enjoyed a lot of his stuff, but like he's still kind of hung up on the Jews a bit. Like he brings up like the neocons a lot, which I guess for Iran it kind of makes sense. But anyway, like he still just kind of brings up like Jewish neocons a bit too much for my liking, and like how Judaism as a religion, he has this like weird like oh, they're a fake ethnicity. They're not even they're not even an ethnicity. It's just a religion. But oh wait, like it's actually like it's all made up. I don't know. It's like kind of annoying hearing him talk about that. Like it just seems like a bit much. Like I don't know. But he's fine. I've talked to him. Like so it's not a big deal. Joel Webben. I think he's pretty dumb and like really late to the game. I'll put him C tier. He's also kind of like a stand-in for like any Protestants who are like going against the Jews. I think it's really, I was not surprised, or like obviously like getting into this space, like it was kind of like the like Catholic and Orthodox people who would be like Jew-spurgy. And I always thought Protestants would be above it because like honestly spurging out about Jews, like it really isn't the point of Christianity, or like racial stuff isn't either, like obviously. And then these Protestants started getting into it too, and like they're not even good at it. Like Joel Evan's like really like not smart. He looks kind of goofy, and I don't know. So I'm gonna put him in C tier. I just like don't really respect it that much. And yeah, Protestants like really like drop the ball on that. Wait, who is this? This is, I forgot to put. I was gonna put Grinder Greg Johnson, but this is Mark Brahman. Are those the same people? I feel like they're like the same people. I don't know. This guy's like, I'm gonna put him in D tier because he He just seems like really spurgy. I didn't even put Richard Spencer up here because I hardly hear Spencer talk about Jews anymore. But Brahmin, I've interacted with him on Twitter, and he was like interacting. He was like yelling at me in all caps, and he was like very weird. He like followed me for a second, and then he blocked me, and he just seems like really like dumb and like pagan larping. I feel like Grinder Greg does the same thing. I don't actually know though. I don't know if they're the same person or not. Ryan Dawson. Oh my god. All these people are C and D. Man, I'm just gonna put him in D tier. I don't like him. He's like, he just like annoys me. And again, it's like the minority thing. Like, okay, bro, you're a minority, and you're gonna like start like with this whole like, I don't know, this whole like anti other minority thing. And also he like had this weird beef where he was like, it's not Jews, it's just Zionists. But then he like posts like the most anti-Semitic shit ever. But it's like, oh, it's not a racial, like I'm not a racist. Racism is dumb. But then he posts like super anti like he like posts like very like racialized anti-Semitic memes. So it's like, dude, like what are you talking about? GDF is like a dude I responded to. He just like he's definitely like a grifter, like a left wing grifter on like the Israel Jew stuff. He thinks he's like, I don't know. He does like these like well done videos. He doesn't show his face or anything like me, but um, like I'm gonna put him in B tier because I feel like I haven't put anyone in B tier. His videos are legible and like I can respond to them. I think he obviously has a hyper focus on Israel, but he's like he is just doing the grift, which is fine. I don't know if I want to put him on C tier though, because something about him kind of annoys me, but I can't really justify it. I mean, it's just his like demeanor in his videos. Like I don't know. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but it's just like his videos are. I don't know. There's like this vibe of like people who do like anti-Israel content, and they think it's like super hard hitting and like no one's ever done this before. Like I kind of get that vibe, even though like everyone and their mom is doing it. I don't know. Maybe he just like talks preppy in his videos, and I don't like it. But it's whatever. I'm talking too long about this. Keith Woods. I'll probably put him in B tier. I think he has me blocked. He's. I mean, I think he's like a smart enough dude. He's also like kind of like Martinez. He's like, pushed against some of this like crazy like Hitler stuff. But I'm not gonna put him above Fuentes because I think he's like on the same tier level as Fuentes, and he's very humorless. Like, he's like not a funny guy, and I know he like, I don't know, he's whatever. But I mean, I don't like hate the dude. This is like the Red Ice people who are like this weird pagan couple who do like, I don't know, news or whatever the fuck. I haven't paid attention to them in years, but I'll just put them in C tier. I don't even know what they do anymore, but they're just like pagans, and that's like a LARP. Academic Agent Nima Parvini. I also think this dude is pretty annoying. I think I might have muted him. I think I just got like really tired of his takes. Like they're not good and like they're very pretentious. I'll put him in C tier. He's kind of just like this fat Persian dude, and like bro, we all know that you would love it if the mullahs all died, bro, and like I know you don't want Israel to win, but like like come on, bro. This guy's schizo tier. I couldn't even find a normal picture of him, but Thomas777. I've barely interacted with him. He blocked me, but he's like another like all caps schizo. He's like he admits to doing like crazy drugs. I think that's like his whole thing. But he's also this like I'm a Nazi, Hitler, like Christian. I do like meth. Like okay, you're fucking schizo. Like you should die in Minecraft or whatever. Jose Nino, he's like barely should even be on here, but I was just like thinking of like last minute people. I've like looked into some of his stuff. He's just like an annoying like Latinx dude who like again it's the minority thing, and like all he does is talk about. I don't know, like do these people have like anything else to fucking do? Like I see his articles on Occidental Observer, and they're like all like the same like niche like this Latino president is pro-Israel, and that is why the Zionismo is like in charge of this whatever random Latin American country. It's like, okay, bro, like, okay, way. This chick is schizo because she's trans, and if you're gonna be trans, don't be like fucking, don't be like hating on another minority. Like, just I honestly like I really don't give a fuck about like I mean whatever. I have my personal like views on shit, but like I'm not gonna be like a hater of anyone. But if you're gonna be like a fucking minority, especially a fucking tranny, like don't start talking about how the Jews are the real problem. Bitch, the Jews are what created you according to everyone else. So stop like being a fucking schizo trainee. Get some mental professional help. Because embrace your actual identity and stop blaming everything on the Jews. I'm gonna put this chick here too because she's a dumb bitch, and yeah, I don't even know why she's on here. Fishback, he's this is such like a random assortment of people, but I'll put him on C tier because he's like the biggest grifter for sure. Of like just trying to get this kind of like anti-Israel populism, slopulism momentum going. So yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about that, but okay, that was kind of fun. I don't know how well the audio is going through. Let me know if like I don't know if this is like how these like things should. I feel like I did it like as well as I could. Um, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys think I like messed anything up or like if you guys have any other figures that you would have liked to see. Because I was like trying to think of people, and I'm sure I could have thought of like other specific people, but I don't know. This gives a good like broad overview. So all right, peace out. See you next time.